And to make it, all you need is onions, some mushrooms, some garlic, stock cubes, preferably beef, but chicken is fine, cornstarch, sour cream, fresh parsley, salt and pepper, egg noodles, Eva cooking oil that has no preservatives and no chemical additives. You want a good steak, and since you're going to be sacrificing your own this Eid, that shouldn't be too hard for you to get. Aim for a sirloin, a ribeye, or a tenderloin. You want to look for something that has a lot of fat deposits in it. Fat is equals to flavor, so the more fat you're going to have, the better flavor your product will have. I'm just going to cut down my beef into strips. We're just going to transfer our meat into a food safe container, and then I'm going to add a little bit of Eva cooking oil so that all of my seasonings stick, as well as add some salt, pepper, some paprika, some garlic powder, and some ginger powder, fresh parsley, and a splash or two of Worcestershire, or however you pronounce it, sauce. We're gonna marinate this for an hour and let that just sit and chill while we prepare the rest of our veg. Cut up my mushrooms into like even sizes and then put them into the smallest bowl in the world.
Guess there's a mushroom in this bowl.
Then on the stove, I'm going to be adding a little bit of Eva cooking oil to my pan and then adding in half of my mushrooms so that they don't crowd. Getting those nice and toasty and seared before adding in the other half of the mushrooms to get them going as well. Once our mushrooms are looking sort of like this color where they're nicely toasted and they have let out all of their flavors, we're going to take them out and then add in our onions and our garlic. You can add a tiny splash of Eva cooking oil if things are sticking to your pan. And you just want to cook these until your onions are translucent and your garlic is nice and fragrant. Now remove your onions, add a bit of Eva cooking oil to a fresh pan, and on a really high heat, we're going to start searing our steak. These should only take like a minute max since they are so small. If it isn't completely cooked all the way through, do not freak out. All you're looking for is this beautiful sear on both sides. Once you have that sear, just take it out and let them rest in the bowl because they will continue to cook for like another minute or two. I did also cut up a little bit of my steak because some of the pieces were way too big for one normal person to have. I also had my stock going on the side according to its package instructions. Into it also goes our egg noodles as well as our mushrooms, garlic, onion, and all that good stuff. Don't worry about black stuff at the bottom of the pan. That was all flavor that we want to keep. If it's under seasoned, now is the time to kind of fix it because this is going to be the final pot that we finish everything in. Into this, I've also added a splash of Worcestershire sauce and a teaspoon of fish sauce for a little umami funk. Then once this mixture comes up to a boil, we want to start to thicken it. So we're going to add in our cornstarch slurry. At this point, it should be thickening very nicely. Add my steak back in so that it can finish cooking if it needs to back into this pan. Then look at how beautiful this looks. It is so thick and rich and luscious. And now into this, we're just gonna add in half a cup of sour cream to give it that signature beef stroganoff sort of taste. Eva cooking oil is the perfect companion to a dish like this. It's really light and it is less absorbed by the food, so it doesn't leave you feeling heavy and gross. It has zero cholesterol, zero trans fats, no preservatives or chemical additives. All it does is it enhances the natural flavor of food. There is nothing better that you could do with your leftover meat on Eid than to make a dish like this. Thank you so much for Eva Cooking Oil for sponsoring this video. And I really hope you guys try this recipe because it is genuinely one of my absolute favorites.